He fights out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He weighed in at 185 pounds, representing Team Bailey. Please welcome Jared War Angel Bailey.
I don't think getting back in working out is the way to put it, but getting back into my boxing combat training is what I'm going to start doing today. I figure it's Monday, well, here's the thing: is back in 2014, which seems like a very long time. It's 3 years ago, dude. I took my last professional fight, and I pretty much had to. It's a combination of just the accumulation of injuries that I've never had tended to, and the combination of just really just starting a business and running a gym. It just makes it difficult to find the time to train. A training camp. There's the training that you need to consistently get better, and then there's the training camp itself when you find out that you have a fight that you have to put together. And a training camp lasts 6 to 8 weeks, and it demands 4 to 5 hours of your time each day, at minimum. And you just put that together with owning a business and running a gym. It's hard to find the time. But the reality is, I miss that training, and I miss the outlet that it created for me. So I'm gonna try to find a way to get back into it. Listen, it's day one to kind of see if I feel like I've got a little bit of what I had that made me a good fighter, which is explosiveness, some endurance, the desire, not just, hey, I'm frustrated with my week, let me go hit the bag, and then, all that tenacity's gone. But you have to have a little bit of nastiness to you to fight. And we'll just see if that nastiness holds up for the next 6 weeks. A lot of folks are kind of wondering where I went, why I just disappeared off the mixed martial arts scene without any real explanation. So this is kind of like an update as to what I'm up to, and then also just kind of a way for me to catalog and analyze if I've got what it takes to step back into the scene. And then we'll see where I am after 6 weeks. And if I feel like I've got what it takes, then the next time that we film, you'll probably see me filming, actually preparing for a fight. What I'm doing right now is I'm just shadow boxing. I'm just kind of warming myself up, moving my body in synchronization with my upper body, my lower body, my core. I'm imagining that I've got an opponent in front of me, so I'm slipping punches and popping back, moving out the way of what I know wouldn't naturally come next. So that prevents me from getting too stale with the whole arrangement, right? So that's what shadow boxing actually is. It's that whole rhythm, the whole symphony. And that's what you see a lot of fighters doing when they're preparing for fights, is they're envisioning in their mind the way the fight is actually gonna fall into play. But this is a good analogy for life itself. You gotta envision what you know is coming at you in life, what you're capable of doing, the reactions from other people, the reactions from the causes to the effect. You gotta know what your body's capable of doing to react. A lot of times, you'll surprise yourself, which is an amazing thing. So that's the other reason fighting is so important to my life, at least it was for a while, is there's a lot of obstacles that you have to overcome, and going from one arena to the next, from one stage of life to the next. You go from being a personal trainer to running, owning, and running 2 studios. Now I get into gym management, gym ownership is my current occupation. It's just a lot of different obstacles that come in your way. You've got to know how to overcome them. And so that's shadow boxing. Okay, what this is here, it's a resistance band. So what this does, all your punches, they come from your hips. But what this does is it forces your upper body to develop a little bit more endurance. So what you do is you'll tie this together to create some resistance and then you just tie it up, wrap it around your back up here, like so. So now all my punches, you see there, they just got more resistance to them. So this just forces that lactic acid out of your body, forces you to be more dynamic of a puncher. Head, boom, boom, and I'm just working the angles as much as I can. I got to holler at this customer in front, hold on. All right, so we're gonna go straight to the free weights now. We're gonna do some deadlifts. My workouts typically are just normal isometric and isotonic training. So it's usually just, chest day, leg day, back day, arm day, core day. I used to wrestle all the way from 6 to college. I was Greco-Roman state champion here in Indiana in 1999. I went on to the military. I was in college, a freshman in college when 9/11 happened, which was, was an eye-opening experience for everyone who went through their Army Golden Gloves. So I've trained with UFC fighters. My brother himself, he's actually fought in the UFC. Was on The Ultimate Fighter season 13. I fought on Comcast Sportsnet. I went on a undefeated streak for a while. And when you know that you're one of the best in your locality, it's not that cockiness sets in. That's everybody's idea of what happens when you start winning a lot. For me, it's the opposite of being cocky. It's the more success I had, the more business opportunities actually started coming up. More people wanted to invest in me as a business brand. And fitness has always been, it's always been my industry of choice. So the more I started to get into the business world, the less time I actually had to train. And we trained fighters, we trained boxers, we trained jiu-jitsu practitioners, and you're just always helping them to train. You don't really have time for yourself to train. So I started to lose a few fights here and there. And then after a while, I honestly didn't have time to train at all. And instead of calling it quits, I just kept fighting. And I think I ended up going on a 2-fight losing streak. And that's what hurts your pride, because then you have to listen to everybody, see all the negative things that they want to say about you. And, it is what it is. You know the reason that you went at your best, but you owe it to yourself to actually compete at your best. So that's what this is about. Again, it's just, I want to know, because you can trick yourself. You can believe that, this is the best that you can do at the moment. And then because it's the best you can do at the moment, you trick yourself into believing that you're at your absolute best when you may not be at your absolute best. So I want to know, if I never step foot into the cage or the boxing ring again, so be it. I just know that at 32, I've got a lot left. Just what we call RDLs. They're just Romanian deadlifts, just to get some reps in. So we're gonna do regular RDLs, then we'll do split leg RDLs. We'll take about a 60-second break, and then we're gonna jump right into the boxing, the heavy bag. All right? The thing about today is, the intensity is more important than everything else. So when I keep my rest levels to a minimum as much as possible, so that way I don't give my heart rate a whole lot of time to come down. Know where you're at and just progress from there. So trust me, there's a lot of guys that I used to wear out in the gym 3 years ago, that if I were to step out there, and I'm in shape, but fighting shape's it's a completely different animal. If I were to step back into the fight gym today, they would wear my ass out. I have too much pride for that. So, I'm not gonna lie. My jab slip, body shot twist, boom, throw my right hand. I'm moving, right? And so that's the whole thing. Just like in life, you never stop moving, always stay active, right? Because you just never know who's watching you, waiting for you to slip up, watching you get caught flat-footed, right? So they can take advantage of your lack of preparation, without being prepared, right? Try to embarrass. So the goals really mean that they have less to do with what I can do in the actual gym. I think a lot of guys, they take how much they can lift in the gym and somehow they parallel that with their level of fitness, which they're not necessarily the same. I know guys who can squat 500 pounds, but they can't run 6 miles with an 80-year-old lady. I mean, you know, that's pretty difficult to align those two things and say that you're fit. Fitness is really broken down into 4 parts. It's really flexibility, balance, and aerobic conditioning. It's really those 4. So what I would like to be able to do is do 10 full rounds on the bag, on the heavy bag. I like to be able to go 12 full rounds shadow boxing with my heart rate around 160 at the end of it. That's, to be honest with you. I don't want to get too sports performance based here, but that's the reality. That's what I like to be able to do. And then I would like to be able to run 5 miles in about 40 minutes. Maybe if I could run in 38, that'd be awesome. Deadlift, I always have a strong core, so my deadlift probably, it won't go below 500, probably won't go below 505. Bench, squatting, I mean, all that is all relative. As far as sports performance, that's what I like. Next week will be more of the same, really. I'm gonna push myself a little bit more. We're gonna switch up the cadence of the shadow boxing. We're gonna switch up the tempo of the boxing bag. And then you'll probably see me doing a little bit more calisthenics, more jump roping, more training splits with my deadlifts and my squats. Sports performance training as opposed to combat training.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm going to see you next week then.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks.